and welcome to my podcast. I'm Karen Ashton and today I'm interviewing my husband Jason, aka the Hubster. We talk about how during lockdown 1 he was diagnosed with diabetes type 2, but 3 months later he wowed the diabetic nurse with his levels getting back to normal. We talk about how Jason's fighting mindset, his lifestyle changes and the use of aromatherapy and reflexology helped him to kick diabetes butt. I am a little bit proud of him, but shh, don't tell him. Oh, hi Jason.
Hi there.
Jason runs his own business, Zen Combat School, at our centre offering kickboxing for kids, adults as well as other martial arts. He's also in charge of the massage, sports massage and fitness courses at Holistic Therapies Training Academy. I do like to keep him busy. Hi Jason, also known as the Hubster or Ninja Pants. I like this. It kind of feels a little bit like Power, me interviewing you. So Jason, tell me how you felt when you received your diagnosis.
Shocked, totally shocked. Even though it runs in the family, I actually thought it'd bypass me. But yeah, upset. Oh well, everyone would feel the same. And
what alerted you to find out that you had diabetes too?
It was really weird because through the lockdown 1, we did drink a fair bit, as you do, as most people did. And I had weight loss, dry skin, and my throat was quite itchy, and there was a lot of going to the toilet at night time, which really infuriated Karen because I kept waking her up.
Yes, I remember that well. But I also remember you losing loads of weight and feeling really jealous before I knew exactly why you were losing the weight. As we'd both started to eat healthy and stopped opening a bottle of wine or a glass of gin or 2 in the garden. But I also remember we were recording some training videos and you were my model for reflexology, for the reflexology video. And I remember looking at your feet and thinking how dry and, dare I say it, minging
how
they
rude.
were.
How rude.
I apologise now because obviously there was a reason for that. But I do remember how sensitive you were when I worked on the pancreas reflex point on your feet as well. But anyway, you received your diagnosis by telephone, and what did that spark in you?
Well, first of all, I just got to say, how rude. My feet are perfect.
No, they're not.
Yes, anyway. Yeah, to be totally honest, when I got a diagnosis on the telephone, as I said, I was in total shock. But it gave me the kick up the rear. I was going to say arse, I apologise, but I will say it. But it gave me that massive kick. And I believed that that was the end of the world. And unfortunately, for me, with the family and everything else, for the first day or two, I just felt like total rubbish. Then my fighting spirit kicked in. Being an ex-kickboxing, fighting in the ring, I changed everything. My eating habits, they made me take metformin. Originally the doctor wanted me to take 4 a day, and my high cholesterol tablets. My initial feeling was, yeah, crap to that, I'm not doing that. So I cut that down to like 1 a day and changed everything. So yes.
Well, I'll need to do a bit of self-plugging here because I also used a blend of aromatherapy oils on him as well as carrying out reflexology using those oils, and I worked over relevant reflexology points such as the pancreas.
Oh yeah, I remember each time. It's about the only time since before we were dating I actually got a massage. Yes.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I keep asking, but she keeps saying no, she needs one.
Past that now, past that stage. Anyway, talk about your mindset that you used from your previous years of kickboxing when you used to prepare for a fight in the ring, because I know that that's what kicked in when you got your diagnosis.
It was. As I said, it took a couple of days, but to be totally honest, when you was training for a fight, it's your total mindset is totally different from a normal human being. You have to look at your diet, you have to look at your training schedule, and you have to be physically and mentally prepared for anything. Because when you go in the ring, that person on the other side just wants to rip your head off, person, and you've got to do the same. But I like my head where it is, well, until Karen hits me.
Nah, I'd never do that.
No.
Anyway, so you also started eating healthier, and what sort of foods did you start to eat, and what foods did you start cutting out?
Well, the first thing I done was totally cut out carbs. During the first lockdown, there was a large consumption of alcohol, I would say. So water was dropped a little bit. But from the diagnosis, drinking 2 to 3 litres of water a day, I cut out all white foods, went into wholemeal, whole grain, and ate nuts, cut out crisps, sweets, everything. Totally cut out sugar.
Well, I got to thank you for this, because I remember eating the same foods as you for support, and I actually dropped 18 pounds in weight. Not that I want to take over this interview and plug it for myself, but I want to thank you for that. I wish I could say I've kept it all off during this lockdown, but it does go to show that I can do it. But what happened when your diabetic nurse consultation happened 3 months on? I think it was about October time.
Yeah, well, when I first had my diagnosis, my blood sugars were, I would totally say, about 400s, which is really, really high. And my cholesterol level was 8.5. When they took it again 3 months later, the nurse called me up and said, well, you've done really well. I said, sorry? Well, don't you know? I said, well, no, I've been told my results. And she goes, oh my God, I'm sorry to say this, what the bloody hell have you done? I thought, oh, what have I done now? And she says, my sugars have gone down to 42, which is normal, and my cholesterol have gone down to less than 4. And she just could not believe what I've actually gone and done. So, yeah. But I came off metformin, I would say, about 3 weeks earlier. I just didn't tell them.
Well, now I don't mind working on your feet again, as they're not so dry and cracked anymore. Just for the record, the essential oils I blended to use that helped him with the diabetes symptoms were coriander, black pepper and cinnamon. And these oils help with blood sugar and insulin levels, as well as helping to block certain enzymes. But those aren't your favourite oils in aromatherapy, are they, Jason? And I know you're dying to tell everybody what your favourite oil is, for those that don't know.
Hell yes. My favourite oil of all time is neroli. Absolutely love that. And I think you know why I love it so much and what happened?
Well, I really need to give you some lessons in how many drops that you need to add to our diffuser after our incident at one of my aromatherapy training days.
A few drops? There was only a couple.
No, there were several drops.
Okay, just more than a couple. But put it this way, all your students were laughing and they absolutely loved it. And as a matter of fact, I think the whole office, all the offices in the whole building were floating, because they kept coming back the following day and saying, what was that lovely smell? What was that lovely smell?
I wouldn't want to put people off coming to us at our centre, but our students that day went home feeling a little bit high, but they were giggly and they all went home feeling buzzed. So that's pretty good. Anyway, I'd like to thank you, Jason, for joining me on my pod today. Can you leave us with a few words of wisdom for the listeners, please?
Of course. The most important thing is stay positive. You've always got to stay positive. What negativities in this world, and yeah, we're going through a lot of it at the moment in time, but be positive. No matter what you put your mind to, you can actually conquer anything. There's a phrase I love, and most of you might know about it. It's not how hard you fall, it's how you get up. And the more you get up, the harder it is to fall. Until one day, you will conquer.
Thank you, Jason, aka the Hubster. I can say that's been fun interviewing him. I love this power. But you can find out more about Jason by visiting Holistic Therapies Training Academy.co.uk website, as well as zencombatschool.co.uk website. Or you can also follow him on Facebook and Instagram at Zen Combat School. So thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening. And you can find out more about me on karenashtonauthor.co.uk. You can drop me an email to karenashtonauthor@gmail.com. But please follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Karen Ashton Author. See you soon.
Bye.